The Stream Deck has been one of my favorite items in my setup since I started streaming over 5 years ago, and this button is definitely one of the reasons why. This button allows me to open up everything I need to stream, and when I say everything, I mean everything. From my programs to my websites that I use, I even open a couple extra tabs for the homies that are also streamers that I always make sure I have them tabbed. It not only preps my OBS to go live, but then it also plays a playlist of my choice just to get the vibes right. And before you think this is extremely difficult, I promise you it is not. At the end of this video, you'll be able to do all these things plus some with the things I'm going to teach you today. Let's jump into it. The first thing you're gonna do is open up the Stream Deck software. This is where you're gonna see all the buttons currently on your Stream Deck. If you're new to Stream Deck, you're gonna have a blank canvas like this. I just recently redid my streaming computer, so I have a lot of open spaces, but if you do not, please make some room, add a folder, put some of your current buttons in there, because having a free open spot for this button is definitely worth it. Before we start, I wanna give you guys some basics about the Stream Deck if you're new. There are things called plugins that you can install to the Stream Deck software that allow you to control commonly used applications like OBS and Spotify. Some plugins are more difficult to set up than others, but once you put the effort in of getting them situated, I'm telling you it is worth it every single time. We are going to be installing the OBS and Spotify plugin for this video. Where you're going to do this is in the Elgato marketplace. This is going to be located on the top of your Stream Deck software. Once it opens up in a web browser, you're going to log in with your Elgato account or your Twitch or whatever you're going to use to log in. And you can browse and find different things that you're going to use on your Stream Deck, but where we're going to be installing our two programs are under plugins. Under plugins, we're going to be looking at the OBS plugin right here, as well as the Spotify integration. Both these applications are free, so it's as easy as open in Stream Deck and it installs. One click there, open in Stream Deck, and it opens and it gets integrated in right into your application. You do the same thing with your Spotify. Spotify takes a little bit more effort. Just follow the directions that are prompted and you should be good to go. We're going to be utilizing the multi-action button. These are features that are already integrated into your Stream Deck software, so there's no reason to install them or anything like that. They will be here for you waiting. So we're going to use a multi-action button. We're going to drag and drop that to a free space in your Stream Deck. Once you do so, there's going to be a drop area that pops up, allowing you to drop more actions into here. And then at the click of one button, we'll do all these actions. Keep in mind, it's going to be doing these actions from top to bottom, but all at once. The first action I want to add to this list is all of the websites and links that I have running during my live streams. You can find that under the system tab on the right side under the word website. You're going to drag and drop that word website to the drop area, and an area where the URL can be entered appears. It's as simple as copy and pasting URLs into this area, and that's it, and you're ready to go. I'm going to do this with 5 different websites that I use every single day. So I'm just going to drag 5 different websites, tabs here. I'm going to open up my web browser. I have my Twitch channel so I can monitor, make sure everything's all good, my Twitch dashboard, and then a couple of my buddies that also stream that I always want to have tabbed. So I can just as easily as copy and paste that right into, let's just say option number 1, and then here, go to the next option, option number 2, so on and so forth, all the way through. Something worth noting, all these websites, when clicking the button, will open up in your default web browser app. So make sure you have that set to whatever you want to use. But if I wanted to go back to the homepage here and then click that Stream Deck button on my Stream Deck, it will open those 5 tabs again. So now I just duplicated those again. Obviously, if these weren't open already, it would have all the ones I just opened, and it's as easy as that. Obviously, these links are for me. These are my friends and my dashboard, but they can just as easily be links that you use every single day for your live stream. So once you add those and you go back to this main screen here, all you have to do is double click this multi-action button and you're back into the same menu where you can add more and more actions. The next action we're going to add are things that are going to save you a ton of time, and it's opening all the programs you use to stream. In my case, I open up 7 different applications, and I will show you all of them now and what I use them for. Under that same systems tab under the right side of the Stream Deck software, there's a option called open. You're going to drag and drop that to the left side and drop it in there. This is where you're going to have an app and file location. This is where you're going to add the location of the file that you're trying to launch or the program that you're trying to launch. In my case, let's start with OBS because that's the most important, because that is what I use to live stream. Finding the file location for a lot of your applications can be a little tricky, so this is how I go about it. I go to the search bar on the bottom, I type in OBS. I right click the OBS and I open file location. This is where it would populate something like this. Once I click that, I have the file location right here on top. This is the file path. I click Control C, copy. I then go into the application here, click on the folder. I do that. I click the OBS Studios, and then that OBS Studio application is all set up, ready to go. You do this for the next applications moving forward, and that's it. I have 7 total applications, like I mentioned before, so I'm going to drag and drop another 6 of these bad boys onto this location. We're going to go through each of these applications and what I use them for right now. The next application I will be adding is Lumia Streams. This is the application that I use to control all of my smart lights in my entire room. The cool part about the Lumia Streams is that once I open up the program, it automatically launches and changes all my lights to a default setting, ready for stream. So all I have to do is launch the program using the Stream Deck, and I'm good to go for the rest of the stream. So like the last time, all I have to do is type in Lumia Streams. I right click, open file location. I copy the file path on top, go back to the Stream Deck software. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna go to the file type and click enter. See if it's down here, Lumia Streams, and open. So then now I have OBS situated and Lumia Streams. If I would click that button right now, both those applications will launch. The next application I will be opening is Spotify. This is what I use for music on my live streams, so it's pretty simple why I'm opening it. We are utilizing Spotify again later on in this button, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be copying this file location again, going back here. This is our Lumia Streams one. Let's move on to the next one. Boom, go here and enter. Then we just click Spotify and click open. It's that simple. It's the same process over and over and over again, with again finding that file location, copy and pasting into the application, and then clicking the application. I'm not going to keep doing that for all of these because that'd be very repetitive, but I'll explain you why I'm opening each of the applications I'm opening. The next application I'm opening is Firefox. You may ask, why am I opening another browser when my default browser is Chrome? The reason is because I have it set to the homepage of Firefox being my pop-out chat for Twitch. So if you guys didn't know, you could do twitch.tv/your username and then /chat, and it could be a pop-out chat for you instead of, having it docked on your OBS or something like that. I also open it up in Firefox so I can control scroll wheel to zoom in and make the text a little bit bigger and not have it zoom the rest of my browser sources and other tabs like my buddies who I have tabbed. The next application I'm adding is from Streamlabs. It's called Stream Labels. This also is a way for me to track all of the alerts that are happening in like recent events, and it's an application that I can open up on my actual computer. Also, it has a back-end use of allowing me to put up different data points on my live streams using text prompts that allow you to then just kind of file search into that application in that file to allow you to post things like your total subs or your sub goal or followers that session, things like that. There's so many different data points that this application offers, and to have that open on my live stream so I don't miss any of the alerts is super important to me. The next application I'll be adding is also from Streamlabs, and it's Streamlabs Chatbot. This hits very close to my heart because I've been using it for my entire streaming career since I've been using a PC. This not only answers anyone's commands that they put in chat, if they want to know what my Discord is or some basic tasks like that, it does it. But the coolest part about it is that it tracks everyone's attendance in my live stream and gives them a currency associated with it. So the longer you spend in my live streams, the more of this currency you earn. And that currency can be used for giveaways and things like that to buy tickets to enter. So I've been using that for 5 years now, and a lot of the people that are OGs have a lot of currency, but if you're just new, it still gives you an opportunity to gain more over time by just being active in chat and things like that. The last application I'm going to open is TikTok Live Studio. It's a bit of a nuisance of an application. I do go live as much as I can on TikTok also while I'm going live on Twitch to try to help grow that audience, but I don't always go live on TikTok, but when I do, it's there ready for me and it's launched. So the way I do it, again, like any of the other ones, I go TikTok, boom, right click, open file location, go to the top, Control C, right back to the application, Control V, enter, scroll down to here, TikTok Live Studio, open. It's extremely simple to do. It's one of those applications that you just kind of have to do if you want to try to continue to grow on Twitch, because Twitch is a very undiscoverable platform and TikTok's just a little bit better at it. So now that I have all those applications open and ready to go, we move on. One thing that's definitely worth noting is with all these applications, when I click this button, they are going to launch and open. The key is, once you have them open, is putting them where you want them to be, their final resting place, and then closing the application. For me, I have had zero problems with, again, having applications open in the same location that I have ended them in. But once I got them all open and ready, I organized them on all of my monitors and just exited them out. Once I did that, whenever I click this launch button, they relaunch in that same location. I know there's applications out there that allow you to kind of pin different applications in different locations. I have not used any of those. I just kind of lay them where I need them to be and they reopen in the same spot. With all the websites and applications situated, it's time for the finishing touches. And this is where we're going to be using those plugins we installed earlier for OBS and Spotify. To take one thing more off my plate, I want to start the playlist I always play during my live streams. So we're going to go to the Spotify section. We're going to scroll left to right. We're going to find Spotify. We're going to open that bad boy up. This is the plugin that we installed earlier. We're going to go to the playlist start. We're going to drag and drop that over to the drop area. Now we're going to go to the playlist, and let's just say I want to go to the DG Feel Good Vibes playlist. I can do so, and that is it. So now with the application of Spotify launching earlier in the sequence, it now will start the playlist and get that vibes rolling. The next thing on the list is I want to set my OBS scene to my starting scene. So I go to my OBS plugin that we installed again earlier, and we go to scene, drag and drop that on over, and boom, it will automatically analyze all the different scenes that you have in your OBS and allow you to select the correct one. In my case, it's stream starting. Now, all of these things will launch, my music will start, my OBS will switch to the correct scene, and I'll be pretty much ready to go. Obviously, this is something that I do personally. This is my setup, but everyone's setup's a little different, but there's flexibility when it comes to OBS and all these different plugins for the Stream Deck, and that's what makes it so special. I personally don't like having it start stream automatically for me, but you can do that if you want to. So under the multi-action button here, there could be a delay. So let's just say you wanted to give yourself, I don't know, 1,000 milliseconds before it goes live, or maybe 10,000 milliseconds before it goes live. You can do so. And then now you go down to the OBS section right here, and you can now go to go live stream, bang. And that's all you have to do. So now it's a stream start button. You can toggle that on and off for stop and start, but this could be my fully optimized multi-action button. But again, like I said before, I just don't want to accidentally click the button and go live, but the option is there if you want it. Again, I know these are my applications, my websites, but I wanted to show you guys what was capable with this Stream Deck, and it's not just for switching scenes in OBS. There's so much to this device that you can just unlock and make it so much easier for you to start your live streams and do things with a multi-action button. If you have any questions about any of the applications or anything I covered today, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to get to them and answer every last one of you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and watching this video. I really hope this video helped you, and if it did, please leave it a like, and also if you're not already, please subscribe. I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.